Many thanks again for staying with us on the show, TMI. Of course, we're back to our Benin Network studio. Very robust conversation with our guest there in our Abuja studio, revolving around the crisis rocking the Humanitarian Affairs Ministry with the minister and the eye of the storm, talking about better EDO. And the guest there did say there is nothing better about better EDO. That's quite sad. But we're looking forward to the outcome of the investigation which Mr. President has ordered, so we can unravel all the circumstances and situations surrounding the over 30 billion naira, and then of course the 585 million naira, which he approved to be paid into a private account. Okay, let's continue with our conversation on EDO 2024 against the background that the election is here, and conversations have been going around on what should be the major focus in terms of the disposition of the electorate and even the political parties, as it were, whether they should stay with a homeboy or they should stay with a technocrat. Today on the program, I've got with me Barrister Daniel Ogbegia, who is a public affairs analyst, a lawyer, obviously, and also a politician. Barrister Daniel, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Sonny Duke. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I think it's actually between a homeboy and a foreign-based.
Okay.
Or
No, you didn't design the topic. You didn't design the topic.
Even a homeboy can also be a technocrat.
You didn't design the topic. So let's stay on what we've designed for the conversation. We hope that SUCCESSOR will be here on time for us to get his bias into the conversation. But let's get started.
Okay.
As is always the case, in an election year, the onus is on the political parties at the primary level to decide who becomes what.
Yes.
Generally speaking, for some people, they believe that political parties have really not gotten it right over, a period of time. Sometimes it looks like the person who emerges is not organic in such a way and manner that it is really a true reflection of the wishes and aspiration of the average member of a political party. It looks like it's a product of the money bags, those who are most influential within the political space. What's your take on this?
I don't really agree with you. Political parties they exist to win election. Their aim is to win election.
Okay.
Their aim is not to bring an aspirant that you want. If you want an aspirant, then join the political party and be part of the process of the emergence of that aspirant to becoming a candidate of the party. So the parties, they will look at all the aspirants that they have, and they're going to look at the person that has the spread, the person that has the capacity, and the person that has the name to be able to win elections for them. That is what they look at principally.
There have been instances where that influenced the decision of bringing forth a candidate,
yes,
and the party lost woefully.
It happens, yes, but that will also explain the fact that maybe if they are taking another aspirant instead of the person they chose, it would have even been more disastrous.
Okay.
Because there are reasons why people lose election, especially in a place like Nigeria, where propaganda is rife, the emergence of the social media, and people throw all sorts to the social media, and many Nigerians do not have the ability to scrutinize the information they get on social media space, and they accept what are thrown at them, hook, line, and sinker, and they believe them, and they run with them. So people, I don't want to go back to the last election, but you will see that there were sophistries, and Nigerians were carried away, because for a long time, Nigerians have been looking for a messiah, and once there's somebody that has the semblance of a messianic figure, Nigerians will like to queue behind that person, and they don't want to listen to any other person, because in their mind, oh, this person has been around. But somebody could be in party A and suddenly wakes up, say, I'm going to join party Z. And because they feel that they've not really heard of that party Z, and that party Z has not been in government, so they will say, oh, these people have not been in government, we'll support this person. But I don't understand that in Nigeria, it's not really about the political parties. It's about the individual. So I could be in party A and go to party B And later, if I see that, oh, I do not have the chance to get a ticket of the party I belong to, I'll go and join another party that has been moribund for a long time. And I can push money into it, and I can start talking, saying things that I believe the people want to hear, and they will back me and say, oh, we'll back this person is new. But I'm not new. I have been governor before twice. I have been special advisor to a president. I have been chairman of a board. So what did I do? So that I'm part of the system that I try to vilify. But because I can talk, and I can say the things that people want to hear. Yes. So I will start saying, oh, Nigerians, take back your country. Oh, Christians, take back your country. And they will just get behind me. You know, many politicians, they are able to read people. It's only in Nigeria.
Blame the people for that?
No, it's only in Nigeria.
But would you blame the people for that?
I will blame them.
Why?
You have to get education. I will blame them. Because I was not deceived, for instance. But if you allow yourself to be deceived, it's not only in Nigeria. Even in America, there was somebody who contested for president. He took many years to understand what the American people wanted. And he started talking about those things that they wanted. And they were carried away. And even sometimes, many of these people are still queuing behind him. We want this person to come back again. Because he's saying the right things. He's saying, oh, I'm going to build fence. Yes, I'm going to build fence across the boundary.
So why is the government of the day not saying the things that the people want to hear?
No, there are some people,
they are disconnected from the people.
No, but there are some people who are sincere. They say the right things, and they say what they mean, and they mean what they say.
Okay, let's stay on course.
Yes.
EDO 2024, I've heard debates around Homeboy and Technocrat as it were. That seems to be a major talking point. What are your perspectives?
Yeah, well, as I said before, I think the debate has actually been between Homeboy and foreign base, or Homeboy and imported boy. I mean, people who they go to Lagos to go and bring them. But my point is, for me, I think that every EDO has opportunity, should be given the opportunity to ventilate their programs, their policies, what they want to offer. We'll listen to all of them. But what is key is that we must not choose anyone that is disconnected from the people. We must not choose anyone that is not part and parcel of the people. The person, the individual we should be looking at is the one that lives with us, that dwells with us, who, you know, patronizes the same roadside mechanic that we patronize, who drives on the same road that we drive on, whose wife visits the same market that we also visit across the length and breadth of Edo State. The person that is able to resonate, whose words resonates with us, who attends the same church or the same mosque that we attend. The person who will be able to report in to his father or his mother or his uncle or his auntie or his in-laws. The person we can hold accountable. For me, we should not look for somebody that is alien to us. Your father could be from Edo State, but you may not be from Edo State. I know that appears to look like a pun or an oxymoron, but it is true. Because being from a state is not really about parentage. It is about connection. It is about passion. If you are in a place, if you love the place, you will build in the place. And you will constantly visit the people. You will have friends across the length and breadth of that place. For me, Edo people made certain mistakes in the past. When we were saying that, look, we need somebody that lives with us. We need somebody that will be accountable to us. They went on to get, somebody that was very alien from us. And that is what we are saying again. Look at all the people who are going about and be able to choose the one that even when he's no more governor, you can actually hold accountable. You can go back to and say, these are the things you do. Because somebody who doesn't have a stake in the place, doesn't have a house there, his wife is not from there, his family, they're probably not from there, his friends, doesn't know them. All they do is to use the state for their own selfish ends. Is to use the state to build their profile for their business, for their personality, and to increase their net worth. That is what they do.
Okay. Talk about...
Because for you, sorry,
yes,
sir.
yes.
Now, you cannot say you are part of the people if you cannot speak their language, for instance. See, person must be able to speak our language. He must understand us. We don't need an intermediary to get to the next leader we should have.
Okay, let's take a look at it from this perspective.
Yes.
In the world today, it's very, very, the world is crisis-ridden economically.
Yes.
Where countries are failing, businesses are collapsing.
Correct.
Take Nigeria, for example, on the largest scale.
Yes.
You find instances where several multinational companies
are folding up.
Yes, not just folding up, they are leaving.
Yes.
The country, leaving the country. That brings to mind that you need to think outside the box to be able to drive revenue, drive funds, attract foreign direct investment, and all of those lofty ideas to be able to make an impact.
Yeah,
so against that background, isn't that an advantage on the part of the technocrat, or like you call them, the imported boy? Isn't that an advantage that the imported boy has, or the technocrat have, over the homeboy, as it were?
But are we saying that there's no homeboy that's also a technocrat? Because we have homeboys who are in the race for the next governorship of Edo State, who are lawyers, who are professionals. We have homeboys who we also, because to be governor of Edo State is just that you must be a good administrator. You will employ the services of technocrats, you will employ the services of economists, of bankers, of advisors to advise you.
When they are leading you astray, how are you going to cope with that?
The ability is to have general knowledge. When you have general knowledge, it is hard for advisors to lead you astray. Now, you could be a foreign-based or an imported boy and also not be able to know any jack. We know somebody, who campaigned on the back of is an investment banker and economist in this state. For 8 years, we do not have an investment promotion agency in Edo State. For 8 years, no creation, or even ordinary Yobe State has investment promotion agency. But in Edo State, we do not have an investment promotion agency, and nobody in this current government of Edo State can tell us the quantum, the volume of foreign direct investment that we have received and that has been as a result of the effort of this present governor of Edo State. I'm not talking about the one the federal government put together, no. I'm talking about the one the Edo State government put together, foreign direct investment. Under the government of Lucky Benedium, many years ago, we had a Nigeria Stock Exchange office in Benin. So there was foreign portfolio investment coming into Edo State. If the economy was not booming, you won't have a branch of Nigerian Stock Exchange in Edo State. But today it has folded up, it has gone back to Lagos. What are we doing about employment? And somebody who said it's an investment
the Nigerian Stock Exchange office that you just talked about, did they fold up under the present administration? Don't forget that you had a government before this government, and it folded up during that government. Why don't you put up issues
maybe
squarely?
It started, but it finally went
under that government.
It finally went under in this current government.
No, it folded up before this government came on board.
In the first term of this government.
No, it folded up before this government came on board. Yes.
Well, I don't agree with you, but assuming it is even correct, what is wrong with bringing it back?
Okay.
So those are the things. If you say you are investment, so sometimes people rely on sophistry to cajole the voting public. But we must look at the person who we can hold accountable, who lives with us. The governor, for instance, the governor of Edo State, the current governor of Edo State, when he was campaigning, he didn't have a house in Benin. He was living in a rented apartment. And some of us made it a campaign issue. Till now, he's governor of the state. He doesn't live in the government lodge, in the official government lodge. He lives in a rented apartment. Pay the first 4 years rent. Then in the second term, pay another 4 years rent.
Analysis now.
No, what it means,
just hold on a moment.
Means is that there's no state.
Hold on. Has that changed or affected his thinking process to impact the state?
Of course it did.
With all the projects that
has been executed? Of course
has that in any way influenced the civil service building that you see on Sapele?
Yeah, well, for 8 years,
has that in any way? Has that in any way?
And there's an accomplishment.
Has that in any way influenced the Oshomo Power Project? Has that in any way influenced the Samuel Bermuda Stadium? And so, I mean, you're talking about this.
Thank you. You just mentioned some of the projects.
Just let me key you on this, which is that when people talk about Homeboy, there's a feeling that the focus point is on the traditional politicians who believe in sharing money at the detriment of the people. I'd like to get your take on this.
Okay, thank you very much. But that is a wrong point. That is a wrong point to look at it. There are people who are career politicians. It is not a bad thing.
Is politics a career?
Yeah, it's a career.
Why should it be a
it's
career?
It's a career. And
you're supposed to be a platform to serve people.
It's a career.
Yes.
You are making a career out of it to serve people. For instance, in the United States, because, I mean, our democracy was largely
model after the US.
The US.
Yes.
So in the United States, for instance, we have career politicians. Barack Obama was a career politician. Bill Clinton was a career politician. Tell me the job Barack Obama had before he became.
He was a lawyer.
Senator. No, you were a lawyer.
He was a lawyer. Yes,
he was a practicing lawyer. He was not practicing. He was not practicing. He was not practicing. He did not work in the real law firm. No, it's not true. I'm telling you. I know him so much.
It's true.
He was not a practicing lawyer.
Okay, talk about Donald Trump.
He was a lawyer.
Talk about Donald Trump.
Was a businessman. That is understandable. But I just mentioned. I didn't mention Donald Trump.
Yes.
I mentioned Barack Obama.
You should have mentioned Donald Trump because Donald Trump is a businessman.
He was a businessman.
Yeah, before he came into politics.
Do you even know that was even not the norm? It was an exception. Okay. Because not many business people or businessmen became president of the U.S. You had career politicians who grew to
you also had career civil servants. You also had career civil servants who served in the army, did
they retired and now joined politics.
Yeah, so they were not really career politicians.
In the U.S., their military is not exactly like Nigeria. You have to reach 65 before you retire.
Yes.
You can just serve 5 years, you retire, and you can just join the army to execute a certain war. You retire after that and come back. But the point I want to make is that politics is a career. You can have career politicians, career statesmen, people who decide that, look, they want to be at the service of the public. Okay. That's a career. Okay. To be at the service of the public, that is what Barack Obama did. And he went through the rank, became senator, and became president of the U.S. Nobody questioned him. Nobody said, oh. But when we will talk about Homeboy, as I said before, there are technocrats who are Homeboy. I've seen many aspirants who are lawyers and who have done a lot in their personal lives, personal business, before choosing to avail themselves for us to consider them for governor of Edo State. But what is critical is that accountability. This person, do we know him? Which school did he attend? How was he in school? Which secondary school? Which university? Who is his wife? We have to understand these things because the person who is going to say, oh, after 8 years, I will go back to my Lagos, he will not be accountable to anybody. He will demolish the houses of people he doesn't care. Or people who oppose him, he will go and demolish the house. We've seen it with this government. Because he knows that once he lives there, after November 11, by November 12, he has gone back to Lagos. We don't want that kind of person again. We want the one that will sit with us, that will relate with us, that will eat with us and drink with us. The one when we are organizing funeral or birthdays or marriages, we will invite him, he will attend and relate with us. That kind of person, he cannot look us in the face.
Imported boys do that too, according to you.
Most of them, they don't do it. They only do it when they are running for election, when they are campaigning. Because when politicians are campaigning, there is one imported boy, when I was coming, I saw over 100 billboards from 5 junctions to this place. I counted.
Yeah, but that's the same thing. That's the same thing the homeboys do. They attend every ceremony. Every ceremony.
That's because that's who they are.
No, that's not what they are.
No, when they are contesting.
They attend every ceremony.
They do it every time. That's who they are. That's who they are.
Even naming ceremony,
because they love you, because they are your friend. So they attend your function. When you invite them, I want to host you, come and eat in my house, they will be there. But this one that is coming, there's one of them, I won't mention his name. I just heard that he has gone to hire a place in Benin. He never had a house in Benin. And they said, oh, he was economic advisor or something like that to this present government for many years.
These are very,
but he doesn't even have a place stay. These are very basic requirements
that you are holding on to.
They are very fundamental.
Yes,
because if you have been relating with this state for 7 years or 8 years, and you did not deem it fit to even rent a place that you will stay, you stay in hotel, at the expense of taxpayers who are paying for that hotel, it means that you don't have interest
There's
in
no
us.
evidence. Is there any evidence
You don't
to
have
show
interest
that
in us.
those hotel bills are at the expense of taxpayers?
Okay, assuming.
The person is not in government.
Assuming. No, because
no, we shouldn't assume.
No,
We are-
if somebody
we are talking
is
to the
working
public,
for a
should be
local
factual.
government,
Yeah.
no, if you are a special advisor or economic advisor
To the government. Yes,
if
isn't
you
the
are
government
coming,
supposed to take care
they
of
pay
it?
your bills?
Of course.
That's the point, but
That's
they
the
pay for
point.
these hotels. So you could have stayed.
Because I'm working
you
for
could
the
have stayed
government,
in a
which is
rented
justifiable.
apartment.
It's justifiable.
Which will now make, if you stay in rented apartment, it will make the bill to go down. We are staying in 5-star hotel and the government is paying. These hotels, they pay about 250,000 a night. And there are many Edo people who don't earn up to half of, in fact, no Edo civil servant earn up to 250,000 a month. But somebody, they are paying that one for somebody. Because
what is the evidence that
economic advisor.
250,000 naira a night is being paid for somebody? There's no evidence.
For those hotels.
These are just.
That's what they pay.
These are just made up stories.
I know the hotel, but I won't mention the hotel.
Yeah, these are just,
so, no, the
yes,
point,
yes.
let's be factual to ourselves. We have suffered for the last 7 years. We cannot
No, speak for yourself. Don't say we.
Edo people.
Speak for
I
yourself.
speak for Edo people.
No, you
People I
cannot speak
know.
for Edo people.
Because
they
you know
didn't
why?
elect you. They
You
didn't
know
elect
why?
you.
There's
No, but
no
stop
job.
here. They didn't elect you to speak for them. You are a lawyer, and you know that's wrong.
I'm Edo.
Hey, speak for
I've
yourself.
lived
Speak
here
for
all my
yourself.
life, apart from the few
Speak
times
for
I
yourself.
went for law school and things like that.
That's why I say you should speak for
So
yourself.
I know what they experience in the street. You are a journalist. You can go to the street,
Yes.
ask questions,
Yes.
ask market women, ask farmers.
Okay. All right.
How many times have they given grants to farmers in Edo State, in this government, for 7 years? And you want that one to replicate again for another 8 years? We can't allow that to happen.
All right, so we'll end this conversation here, and we'll have part 2 of this conversation. We hope by then, SUCCESSOR would have had the time to join the discussion. Many thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much, Sonny. It's always a pleasure talking
it's
with you.
still TMI, beautiful Monday morning on the ITV network. We're bringing Arno Luakbo Stevens on the TMI social segment. Stay with us. We'll be back with you in a moment.